In this week's Parsha, Parshas Shemos, Hashem appears to Moshe Rabbeinu by the burning bush, by the sneh. And Moshe Rabbeinu is told by Hashem in the pasuk, Salni alecha me'al raglecha. Take your shoes off of your feet. The question is, why did Hashem order Moshe to remove his shoes? The Oilus Ephraim explains that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was preparing Moshe Rabbeinu to be a leader of Klal Yisrael. A leader has to be so sensitive to every single person. When a person's feet are barefoot and his feet are touching the ground together, he feels every minute detail, every pebble, every piece of sand, every rock, every piece of dirt. Everything connects to his foot and he's able to feel everything. As the leader of men, you have to be able to be sensitive to each person's needs and desires. That is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu was teaching Moshe Rabbeinu at the sneh. The story goes about the Divrei Chaim of the sons of Rav. When he was a little boy, he was only 4 or 5 years old. He had a malamed that taught him how to read. And he was teaching him his first pasuk, Vayedaber Hashem al Moshe Lemar. And he said to little Chaim that whenever you come across two yuds, yud yud next to each other, that's Hashem's name. So read the first pasuk. So he reads it dutifully, Vayedaber Hashem al Moshe Lemar Hashem. And the malamed says, what do you mean? Read it again, you read it wrong. He says, Vayedaber Hashem al Moshe Lemar Hashem. The malamed says to Chaim, the Divrei Chaim, where do you see Hashem at the end of the pasuk? So he said those two dots at the end of the pasuk, one on top of the other, that signify the end of the pasuk. He thought that those were two yuds. So malamed could have used this, could have just went along his merry way and told him, oh, that just signifies where the end of the pasuk is. But he didn't. He taught him a lesson for life that would stay with the Divrei Chaim until the end of his life, when he became a Rebbe and a leader of men. I'll say it in Yiddish and then I'll translate it into English. He said, As zwei Yidden sind einer hecher von der Zweiter, das ist nicht Hashem. Aber as zwei Yidden sind einer lebende Zweiter, das ist Hashem. When two Yidden, two Yiddelach, two Yuds are next to each other, one alongside the other, that is where Hashem resides. But if one Yid, one Yud, one Jew is higher than the other and feels that he's better than the next person, then the Shekhinah doesn't rest there amongst that relationship. The Ari HaKadosh paskins that when a Yud is written in the Sefer Torah as part of Hashem's name, or in any case two Yuds, when two Yuds are written anywhere together, if they're written one slightly above the other one, it could be erased because it's not considered Hashem's name. But if two Yuds are written on equal level, it's not allowed to be erased. The Kedusha comes from each person being sensitive to another Yud, another Yid, another Jew, another human being. That's how we have to feel to each other, and that is what created Moshe Rabbeinu to be the greatest leader of men. Have a beautiful Shabbos.